All right, guys, how you doing? Just real quickly, we're gonna have a little video so that you can have a point of reference for what we were talking about, how the condition of the beach can tell us a lot about what the water is doing beneath it, both on the surface and in the subsurface regions, right? So remember from what we talked about last class, that in areas where there is a stronger pull out, more sand gets sucked out as opposed to getting pushed up and dropped off by water that's coming in. Right, so we're looking for deeper areas of erosion to indicate to us where those shoots out, where those rip currents are going to be present. This isn't always 100% accurate, but I'm just saying that so I can't get sued. All right, so when we look this way, you guys can see quite a few people along the beach. We're up here on top of the spine, and you may notice some slight undulations in the sand coming towards you. So I'm going to go ahead as a point of reference, get to the highest point on this spine, and I'm going to sit down. And you can clearly still see everyone along the beach as well as the indentations. By contrast, beneath this spine, we have a noticeable dip, an area in which the beach has been really carved out by a strong rip. In fact, if we look up, we can see the area where the tide's been hitting up against the base of some of the compacted sand in the dune. That's sand that's not necessarily superficial, but has been exposed by those tidal waters. So let's stand back up. One more time, point of reference. So we're going to demonstrate now the depth of this indentation in the beach. And I'm going to go ahead and walk to this middle spot. This is the deepest point in this indentation. And I look to the left and you'll see I can still see people along the beach, but when I actually get down to the seated position, I can't see anyone. I turn to my right, there's no one there either. When we come back here, we're just going to go ahead and look at the water to finish this out. What this tells us is that this is a point where the rip in the water there will be almost at its strongest. That's the place, if we're trying to get out past the break, that we want to enter. If we're working in the surf zone, that's the place that we want to avoid, because we'll have to expend a great deal of energy maintaining position, right? By contrast, when we're swimming in, if we can see things like this from the beach, indentations or marks along the shoreline, that gives us an indicator of areas that might be harder to fight in than others. There are visual cues in the water, and we will review that during an in-water video tutorial later in this whole thing, okay? But that's it for now. Hope everyone's having a good time. I look forward to seeing you at the next Coastal Athlete Program class, and that'll be Monday, 3:30, Casa Verde Beach. Have a good one.